All right, so now we're going to look at managing it. Over here in this section, you can see your banking. You can see I'm on my checking account. If I want to go to my savings, I just click on the savings. MasterCard, I just click on the MasterCard. And when I scroll down, you will see all the transactions that have been downloaded to our banking center. Now, these are not in QuickBooks necessarily. Unless we have entered them physically, they are not in QuickBooks yet. Now remember, I said that's why it's so important to make sure that you put your deposits in exactly the way that they appear on your bank statement, because it's going to match here. Now, when we are looking at this, and you can see here's Books by Bessie, this area right here is what is coming in from the bank. Now, QuickBooks looks and says, oh, okay, well, you have a Books by Bessie. But it is not uncategorized income. It was actually a refund that we received. And you can see we received that. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in bookkeeping, not accounting, but bookkeeping. And then I'm going to go ahead and add it. You'll also see that there are ones that are found. So these are matched. Now this is going to make it easier at the end of the month when we start reconciling our account to go ahead, and it's already going to be checked off. We already know it cleared the bank. In most cases, you can reconcile in 5 to 10 minutes when you go through this and do this on a regular basis. So pretty easy to go through. Now, one of the things that it also does is when you do change this, and I say this is for advertising, every time that any transaction comes in for mahogany mugs, it will now be assigned to advertising. Do you see where it says we'll set mahogany mugs to advertising? If you don't want that to happen, go ahead and edit that and say leave it. Sometimes we have things that we want to categorize, so we want to change that. So make sure you do that. Go ahead and add that. Very easy to manage. Over in my MasterCard, you can see there's Amazon. I don't have Amazon set up right now, so all I need to do is add this as a quick add. Remember, you can click on your details. It'll bring up your vendor, so you can add the information here. So we can go ahead and add everything that we want as far as addresses and information. Otherwise, we're going to need to go into our vendor center, go to that vendor and edit that information. This was for some office supplies, but we actually don't want this to happen, so we're going to say leave this as uncategorized the next time it comes in. Now there is another area right over here, so you'll see for review. That's what we're looking at right now. You're also going to see in QuickBooks. Now you can see there's Amazon. Now if I find that there is a duplicate that I added, I need to come into my bank center and undo this. It will keep coming back until you undo it in your bank center. Excluded, it might be something that we just want to put in our bank center or our QuickBooks instead of bringing it in from the bank center. If you were bringing all of your transactions in as deposits, as separate deposits, and now you, after going through this, you're doing it the right way, you might want to exclude those ones and just reconcile it the regular reconciliation way that we're going to look at. Otherwise, there's very few things that you would exclude. So pretty easy to use this section. Now over here, if we do look at these bank rules, these are the bank rules that were created. You can see here's the Amazon that is left as uncategorized. So you're going to see all of the rules that are created. If you want to create a rule, you can create anything on money in or money out with separate bank accounts. So maybe you want a different rule depending on how it comes in. And we can just say, this is a rule for gas. And every time we see the word Exxon, we want this to come in as gasoline. And we want this to be fuel. Now, every time that happens, the Exxon comes in as a bank text. It will change it. So we can even do that. We can add Amico in here. We can add in any other bank account or any other whoops, I don't know where that came from. Any other gas company, and just keep adding to that. So if we do want to edit a rule, then we can come in and just edit that rule. It's really easy to work with your banking center. That's the banking center. The next thing we're going to look at is reconciling our bank account.